You know, from Law and Order to Mindhunter, a majority of Americans are welcoming true crime right into their own homes on TV. Those stories have inspired others now to find justice right here in the capital region.
But the question remains, could a growing interest in true crime actually help solve local cases? News 10's Skylar Eagle pulls the files from cold cases past and present to learn more.
But it goes back to the 19th century with Lizzie Borden when the media begins to cover true crime.
Frankie Bailey is a professor of criminal justice at UAlbany who studies media and crime.
About the time when O.J. Simpson was on trial, it became really interesting then because of the media coverage, the massive coverage.
Interest in crimes, gangs, and murders has soared over the last decade, manifesting itself in anything you could imagine, from novels and movies to podcasts and shows available at the click of a button. Bailey says the interest stems from our attraction to mystery.
It's human nature, and they're really fascinated by what people do and how they do it. And also, often there's a mystery aspect of it where you're told a crime as if it were a mystery, and you wait until the end to see if you've outwitted the police or whether you've outwitted the detectives and whether your solution to the crime was true or not.
The surge in true crime shows leading to justice right here in the capital region for the family of Wilhelmina Violet Filkins. Violet was murdered in her apartment in 1994 by Jeremiah Guyette, who had plans to steal her car and rob a bank. Her murder went unanswered for almost 30 years until an ex-girlfriend recalled 10-year-old comments Guyette made to her about an old woman and notified police.
The ex-girlfriend that came forward really had never thought about the statements that Jeremiah had made to her before she was watching, cold case homicides on Netflix.
Michael Guadagnino is the public information officer for the East Greenbush Police Department and investigated Violet's murder.
She saw that, it sprung her attention. She started Googling different stuff and then saw that Jeremiah had lived in the town of East Greenbush during the time of Violet's murder, put two and two together, and that's when she decided to give us a call and come forward.
Violet's is not the only local case helped by a rising interest in true crime. The 2007 disappearance of Jaliek Rainwalker, a 12-year-old boy from Greenwich, captured national attention in February 2021 after his disappearance was covered in the Crime Junkies podcast.
Now, the FBI describes Jaliek as being 5'6", a biracial male with light brown skin, curly hair, green eyes, and a slight speech impediment.
Police have followed hundreds of leads over the years, most recently searching an area in South Troy. Sergeant Robert Danko says the bulk of tips came in between 2020 and 2021.
There's some things that people might not have realized would be a good tip. It's information that they didn't think about, and hearing the stories and hearing the podcast, they can get information that they think wasn't important, and then they'll send it out to us.
Attraction to mystery also has its dangers. Bailey adds sensationalizing crimes for infotainment can inspire some to become their own sleuths, searching for information that could mislead an investigation.
They lose a lot of time, following up on those clues, and they have to follow up on all of those, even though they may think they're far-fetched.
Despite the risks, police believe the attention to true crime could help bring justice to other mysteries here in the capital region.
Don't keep it in the public's eye. It tends to get lost, with time. And so, the more it's out there, the more that people get the chance to review it.
I think these documentaries, as people start going through them, do tend to jog their memories and do tend to bring up, things of their past that they would have never thought about again.
Reporting in the capital region, Skylar Eagle, News 10, ABC.
Between the podcasts and everything people are listening to, hopefully somebody can bring a local cold case to resolution.
Let's hope.